I've made it back over here to Street Metal Concepts. You're watching Drive-In Garage with Alan, so kick back, hang out a little while, hang out with me, and as we talk to all the mechanics and look at all the cool work that's going on here. Enjoy, and do me a favor while you can, subscribe to the channel. That's Drive-In Garage with Alan. It looks like Dom is moving forward with the Scout that is getting an LS3 motor in it.
A little bit of progress, not too much.
So you say you got a little bit of progress going on, Dom?
Yeah, I mean, if you could probably see, moving into wiring. Let me pull this off.
Okay.
But fuel lines are up there, alternator, all the accessories are in. Everything's mounted and installed. All I've got left to do really is move the power steering hoses to the new power steering pump. Checking AC fittings. I gotta get my lines here, but the intake's already been made, modified, mocked up. It's getting ready to have fluids put in it.
Awesome.
So just gotta tidy up a couple other little things. Gonna make a battery cable still.
Right, right.
But other than that,
so you got to put some hoses together and whatnot there.
Yeah, get the hoses. I have all the stuff coming today, so it's just a matter of cutting the pipe and clamping it in there.
Right, right.
And now I'm just working on AC stuff, making sure the AC fits, adapting the lines to the AC.
Right.
All the wiring is already inside. Controllers are mounted. I gotta put the heater core hoses on it, but
awesome.
Ready to run.
You're moving right along. When do you think you'll be running it?
I'd like to have had it run. I'd like to have it running by the end of this week.
Really?
But still delaying on a couple things, and I'm not going to rush to just start it.
Sure, sure.
Just try to get everything done in one shot.
Right.
Just go for it.
Well, you got my number. When you're ready to start it, give me a call. I might come up and do a little work, video work.
Video of a first startup.
First startup. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see the process.
Sure.
I don't think there's going to be any issues with it, but as with everything, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So. Yep. Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
This is the Continental that they've rebuilt. They put a Coyote motor in it, and there's some pretty cool things going on underneath this hood, and I'm here with the technician who built it. Can you tell me a little bit about this? Give me just a little bit of info there, Thomas.
So there are a lot of companies out there that do the Coyote swap for these. So we did use some Coyote swap items that you can buy. We did have to make a lot of items too. But the customer wanted the powered by Ford covered up, so we got these special Continental covers that scream Lincoln Continental. So then we got an original Lincoln Continental emblem, and we made a panel below it. We cut out the 5.0 logo, and we took a piece of acrylic and cut it, backlit it, put a bottom on it, and then put it in. So all that is running off a pin switch over there. He wanted engine lighting, so there's some LED lighting on each side, and then an LED ring around the Lincoln emblem in the engine cover. So there is a plug, you can pop the engine cover off and unplug that light from the system. We also added these billet strut bars. We added some nice heat.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It's like a heat and vibration repellent material.
Cool.
Everything runs off of this fancy pin switch, so when the hood's closed, all the lights go out.
Right, just like opening your door, yeah. That's a cool look under there, guys.
It's a lot of custom stuff. This car also has vintage air in it.
Yeah.
Vintage air does not make a system for this car because there's no room under the dash to fit the unit. So if you look at this panel here, which is kind of dirty because this guy drives this thing all over the place.
Yeah.
You can remove this access panel, and there's an access panel here. You can take the entire vintage air box, pull it through the fender well. We modified the entire firewall and brought it closer to the engine in order to fit the vintage air AC system under the dash.
Wow.
So it has a nice, aftermarket vintage air system that blows way colder than factory would have. I was able to get a super clean look, so you almost can't tell this thing has AC. The lines are hidden, the compressor's down the bottom, but it does have functioning AC.
Awesome.
So it is a cruiser. And since we built it, I think we looked at the odometer. It's got over 2,200 miles on it. So he drives this thing everywhere.
He's proud of it. I would be too.
He loves it. And he said, you know, he waited years to buy this car and he finally bought it. And with the original drivetrain in it, I think he said it left him stranded a couple of times. And he said, that's it. Like, when you do all modern drivetrain,
right?
Because I want to drive this car.
Sure.
So that was the goal.
Right.
So now he's just driving and driving and driving.
Awesome. Thank you.
Inside, you can kind of see the floor where his hat is. There is a cover.
Right.
We raised the entire drivetrain tunnel. We raised it up because we will be bagging this car in the future.
You are going to put bags on it,
yes, sir. You can look. It's got the aftermarket instruments. We built the flat black panel that holds that 3-knob vintage air. So, you know, it's going to be a nice car. We're doing it in stages. So we got the engine swap done. We'll probably do, I think it's going to get interior, wheels and tires, and air ride.
Hey
up,
Chris,
Alan?
how you doing, buddy?
We're doing.
What you got going on under here today?
Well, they added this dog tunnel, and underneath, the customer was complaining about a lot of heat. So they had just kind of like hacked up to make this dog tunnel. So I'm taking all the edges, smoothing it up, cleaning it up, gonna seam seal everything, put epoxy on it, then wrap some heat shield around it.
Trying to get rid of the heat coming off of it, huh?
Yeah.
Because that transfers into inside the car, huh?
Yeah, right between the two seats.
Wow.
And then the floorboard, and we got the AC going good. And but it's just you know, just the heat is coming up, so we're gonna
tuning
make
it up. Yes, sir.
Cleaning all the edges, seam seal it so water don't go in there, re-epoxy it, put some good heat shield in there.
Awesome. Hey Casey, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Alan. How you doing today?
I'm doing real good. So I see you've made quite a bit of progress on the Hot Wheels truck. You mind showing me around and showing me what's going on with it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So you guys have been keeping up to date, hopefully, subscribers. We got our tubs back from getting blasted. They're not mounted on the frames yet. We're still waiting for those to get cut. We kind of went through some rust prevention, running boards, side panels, and we got them in epoxy here. The last time you guys were here, we were working on this bumper. We went ahead and got this all welded up and fitted pretty clean. We got a few minor mods we're waiting to dictate right here from the fender. We got our level figured out where we're gonna ride, and we're pretty much built out all the way around. And then right now we're working on our back tailgate panel and our inset license plate box here. It's pretty much gonna be wrapping up this rear end like that.
Awesome.
We got one more side panel to do on each side right here. We're waiting for fenders to get a true line on those. And then pretty much everything but the scoop from the cab back is pretty much as it's gonna be, besides decorative hardware and little details to the panel.
Right. Well, do me a favor, stand over there a little closer, let people get a little bit of a look-see about how big this Hot Wheels truck is.
So this is gonna be pretty much ride height right here while you're cruising. She's gonna slam down, the runners will touch the ground, and so she'll drop to about here. So then when she raises all the way up, she actually sits about this tall.
Wow.
So she has a lot of travel to go up. You know, once we get all the weight of the whole project in it, it might not go that high, but the amount of size and mass that this thing carries, you know, it's a pretty large scale build.
It sure is. It sure is.
We're talking 8 feet wide. I'm not exactly sure on the length overall. I know we're going to be doing some extension on the front, but I mean, she's going to be a small, big, hefty duty truck, so it should be nice.
And of course, she's going to have a lot of power. What are they putting in it?
Oh yeah, she's got a brand new 572 Chevy big block, and that thing is going to be a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Powerhouse.
Awesome.
I mean, this thing's not going down the drag strip, but if you want to get into her a little, she's going to eat.
And he's gonna be pulling a trailer, correct? With his 48 gasser on the trailer. That's
Yes,
why he's
sir.
building this, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. So we did a gasser for the client before, dual compound turbo diesel, and it's real nice. He wants to pull that to shows, and he needed something to pull it. So he said, "I want you to build this," and then he went out and bought a lowboy air ride trailer, and he's gonna truck this baby around with the gasser and look obnoxious and cool out there.
Obnoxious and cool.
That's the whole idea.
That's
To
an awesome
be
way to put it.
noticed.
Obnoxious and cool.
He will definitely be styling down the road.
Right. Now, you're telling me you're going to be putting hardware on here. How is this going to be connected? Is it going to be a bolt and a washer? Or?
Yeah, so this line will get cleaned up. We'll go ahead and put a little neoprene protection rubber seal behind it. And then we're going to come about maybe an inch down off the border, and we're going to do hardware, and then it's going to have some really nice crater maker indents, almost like our running boards down here, and it'll have a nice centerpiece hardware in there, so it'll almost look like a heavy duty rivet, but it'll be laced all the way around the panel.
Right, right. And all these panels will be coming off so that you can get in there and do all kinds of maintenance and restoration and whatever to the interior.
Oh, yes, 100%. Every panel will be removable. You'll be able to take this off, step right in the back of the cage. You need to work on the air, suspension, the radiator, fans, any of it, be 100% accessible. So
awesome.
It won't be that crazy. You'll have to deal around the cage unless you want to unbolt it and take it off, but as far as panels, you'll be able to get right in there.
I am so looking forward to seeing this finished.
Oh, it's coming along. She's going to be done. I'm not going to say super soon, but I'm trying to get in a real groove to get moving.
Right,
now.
well, you've done a lot to it already, buddy. That is awesome. Now, inside the shop is a Camaro. It's got to be 1,000 horsepower Camaro in there. And this is the hood for it. And Sean's out here working on the hood this morning, this afternoon. And Sean, what are you doing to this right now, buddy?
Just truing up the body line. So you got this center ridge that comes down.
Yeah.
And this hood's been modified quite a bit. So I'm just trying to get the radius on either side to match. So other rounds of body work have happened to it. It's been cut and everything. So what I'm seeing is this is more rounded than this. This kind of has a step to it.
Right. And of course, when that gets paint put on it, it'll show like when you wouldn't believe, huh?
Yeah, this is going to be a really nice car. So, but the easy visual is take my little contour gauge, press it on there,
and you can really see the difference. Yeah.
And then when you flip it,
look at that.
You can see your gap. So it's pretty much consistent the whole way. So I'm going to try and just do a tight filler wipe right down it and just make that radius a little bit wider.
Right.
Roll it around like pasta on a fork. I like to use a stick to mix. A lot of people use their paddle. I like to keep them clean until I'm actually ready to apply the product.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, each their own.
Yep. As I always say, Sean, you are a true artist, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to watch that.
Absolutely.
All right. How you doing, Austin?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. In here doing the paperwork.
Yep.
He's the heart and soul of this whole place, ain't he?
Trying to be.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Trying to get some formatting.
Yeah?
Let's see.
So what are you doing here?
So basically every single item that comes in, I check in, I inventory, I make sure it gets to the right spot, and then it's accounted for. So
Right.
yeah.
And what about the log work? Do you do the log for daily progress here too?
Yep. So we just onboarded with a new software company, so now all of our data gets stored to central location. It's a lot easier for readability, both with us and the customers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's the brains of the place, so to speak, right here.
Appreciate
And
it.
then
The brawn.
the brawn doing what he does best. The brawn eating again.
That's half a Hans and Franz.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't?
Oh wait, is that from
Oh my God.
Saturday Night Live.
You
Yeah.
gotta be way younger than me.
No, no.
Yep. How you doing, buddy?
I'm alright, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a week since I've been here. Can you give me an update of what's going on over at your building?
Not too much.
Yeah.
You know, we're in engineering plans.
Still,
you
yeah.
know, and it's definitely longer than I had
Anticipated, huh?
for sure. You know, so it is what it is. You know, we're Monday. I spent the day transporting stuff. Basically, we have another small shop that we've been using for body work. And so there was 2 cars over there that are ready for paint, but we're not ready for paint over here. We were all packed up over here, so I got a building that I'm paying for, and
Might as well use it.
and you know everything, so might as well use it. So we brought those cars over there that way, because I can't bring the guys here to work on stuff.
Right.
You know, there's not enough room. So we got 2 other cars out there to keep them moving, and you know, and then hopefully something will come around. I mean, we'll be ready pretty soon to bring those cars in to paint,
Right.
and then they can get assembled and
Sure,
be done.
sure.
But you know, right now I'm hoping we'll have something in a couple weeks here and be able to submit for permitting, and then wait for that. And
Yeah, this is almost like going to that barbecue grill and seeing it on the grill, smelling it, but you just can't get a bite of it yet, isn't it? Yeah.
Analogy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to being able to get over there and seeing that place in full up and running.
Oh yeah, me too.
All right. Thanks, Zip.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.